Well, there's no countdown. We're here. We're live, Caleb.
Yes.
Um, it's September. So for all you guys out there, that means one thing and one thing only, Shawtember, which is why Caleb came to me. He's not letting me off the hook. So I'm going to pass you over to the capable hands of Caleb, and he's going to give you a quick, brief rundown on what we're here to talk about today. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, thanks for agreeing to do this. I knew Leon would never say no if it was coming from me. So if anybody's gonna get him
Mm.
to if anybody's gonna get him to come out of hiding for this one, I knew it'd be me. But yeah, I just wanted to do something for Shawtember. Originally, I was trying to think of like a different kind of video to do, because normally I'll do like around Shawtember, I'll try to focus on like one thing each year. Like last year I did a video on five super fighters. Before that, I think that was the year I did King Boxer. Um, but I was trying to think of something to do, and I just nothing was really coming to mind. So I was like, maybe I'll see if I could get one of the guys in on something, and just talk about Shaw Brothers in general. So yeah, of course it had to be Big Brother Leon. So yeah, here we are.
Thank you, brother. Yeah. Sure. It's got such a draw on me, obviously. Throughout the years, it's just been such a massive pull. And if somebody waves that Shaw Brother symbol at me, I find it extremely hard to resist. I mean, the way it's grown as well, it's just been immense. We're on the verge, obviously, of getting Shaw Scope Volume 4.
Mhm.
And that's been a bit divisive with the titles that they've come out with at the minute. But we'll get into that a little bit later. I noticed one of the questions you posed to me when you came to me with this is about favorites and also what got us into Shaw Brothers. And you've already mentioned the title, actually. The first one that drew me in, and I would have been really, really young when I was seeing it. I'm talking about like primary school age, would have been King Boxer.
Yeah.
And holy hell, did King Boxer terrify the life out of me as a kid, with all the eye gouging and everything. It's like, Christ, can people do that to you when they fight? Well, that made me very nervous, as a kid. But I loved it because it was different to like Bruce Lee, which I'd also been allowed to watch up until then, and definitely levels ahead of like Monkey Magic and Kung Fu on TV and stuff like that. And yeah, it always stayed in my mind. And as my Kung Fu progression went on, I think in the UK we had like Warner Brothers release a lot of Shaw titles. Did you get a lot of Warner Brother Shaw releases in the US?
Not that I know of. No. Most of them came from Dragon Dynasty,
Right.
like really early on back in the day. I did have a few Dragon Dynasty Shaw Brothers releases, but after so many others have been released by 88 Films, because they were releasing a lot of them before companies like Eureka and Arrow jumped in. But yeah, I ended up upgrading to those other ones. So most of my Dragon Dynasty releases are no longer in my possession. But yeah, I think that's the big one. As far as I know, Warner Brothers didn't really release any Shaw stuff over here, unless it was just before my time. Can't really say for certain.
Yeah, well, it could be. I mean, because I'm talking back in the 80s, and
Mhm.
for me, it was like kind of mythological almost, because there was so few available at the time. And I'd look through my brother's like Kung Fu monthlies. Then this magazine ran like in the 70s. And I'm not sure if it spanned to the 80s, but he would get his Kung Fu monthly, which was nearly always Bruce Lee on the cover. And
Mhm.
then in the pages of it, you'd have pictures of like T Lung and David Chang. And I think the first time I came across one of them would have been Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires, because with it being a Hammer Shaw collaboration, it was on British TV, and I
Mhm.
absolutely loved David Chang then. And then I also saw Shatter, which has just recently been given a Hammer 4K special deluxe edition, which I got on my birthday. Thank you, Shaz. So yeah, them two were kind of my first staples. And then, of course, when I saw the Warner releases and one cover stood out to me, this guy with a bald head, I thought, this looks interesting. And Gordon Liu, 36
Yeah.
Chamber Shaolin. I got to admit, that was the cement for me. Once I saw that film, it changed my life. It was like, holy hell, I love this stuff, you
Yep.
know,
Yeah.
and an inspiration to me.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm,
definitely. I think yeah, my first Shaw Brothers viewing, I didn't even know it was Shaw Brothers at the time because I was young, and like I was much younger, and I didn't even know what Shaw Brothers was. I had never heard of it or anything like that. My
mm,
in my childhood and my upbringing and everything, I watched most of Golden Harvest, and I watched a lot of indie kung fu movies. Um, so Shaw Brothers was just unknown territory for me. But when the very first one I ever saw, and again not knowing it was a Shaw Brothers movie, was Flying Guillotine. I saw it on a I don't know if you're familiar with it, but we had a TV channel over here. I don't know if it's still a thing or not, but it was called El Rey. It was
oh yeah, I've
yeah,
heard of
it
that.
was yeah, it was a Robert Rodriguez's channel.
Mm,
And Robert Rodriguez, from what I understand, big kung fu movie fan, and he would show some old school kung fu stuff on El Rey from time to time. But yeah, I
mhm,
remember seeing Flying Guillotine on there for the first time. I can't remember how old I was, but I remember seeing that, and my dad it was there at the time, and he and my dad really liked that movie. And when he
mm,
saw it was on, he was like, "Oh, you got to watch this. It's great. You're gonna
mm.
love it." So like, okay, let's check it out. And we did. I was like, "Oh wow, this movie is crazy. I like this."
That's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. I love the it's funny because kind of just like seeing you really see the production value in a movie like that, like with the
Oh
like
yeah.
with the heads coming off and the
Mm.
dummies and the dummy bodies and everything. Yeah, it was fun, but I was like I'm having fun with this. This is a really cool movie.
I
Um,
mean, I get it. I mean, don't you think that there's something to be said for all the practical effects that we had back then
mhm,
versus all the CG now? I think when CGI dates, it probably dates worse than practical effects.
yeah.
If you go back and look at a 2000 film with some CG in it, all of a sudden you might have thought that was better than the practical effects at the time, but now you can't put them side by side, and I'm like, actually, that looks better. I can't get my head around that because when I first like were watching CGI, I thought, oh, this is so much better than practical effects. And then later on, as the CG got better and better, and I look at the old CG, I'm like, that looks like shite. You mean the practical effects?
Yeah, I was thinking that same thing because I mean, at least with practical effects, sure, it's not like real in the sense, but at least there's actually something there.
Yeah, it's
Um,
tangible.
yeah, at least it's actually there. I believe something is there, and then you see something with cheap looking CGI. Not granted, not everything is like that, but there are a fair share of movies that just don't quite have the budget for good CGI, and so you don't really when you see it there, you're not convinced it's there. It's like there's
Yeah,
there's no like there's no way there's a giant monster right there, or something like that.
no.
But yeah, at least back in the day, there was actually a fake head laying on the ground, or a fake body standing there, or something like that.
There's something there. And I've got to ask you, Caleb, what do you go with? Do you go with CGI blood or do you go with beautiful red Shaw Brother paint blood?
I love the paint blood. Yeah, yeah, that's really cool. It's again, it's there. Like one of my biggest things, like as far as like blood goes in movies, as weird as this is going to sound, the first thing that comes to my mind is Ninja Assassin.
Hmm.
And that movie, it's a mixed bag. It's okay. There are some things about it that are fine, but the blood in that movie is not good. It does not hold up. It's just it's the way it's just like just everywhere, and like I don't know, the color's not right. It just and I don't know, it's blood. It's supposed to be red, but at the same time, it's just like it just doesn't seem like blood. Something's just off with it. And but at least in like these old movies, at least they're actually using like paint or they make fake blood with corn syrup and all that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so yeah.
Again, it's just more fun, isn't it?
Mhm.
You can see it, it's actually on them. So it just, in a way, it feels more real, even though it's not. And yeah, I've always loved that buckets of blood and the shawls. And you always know when they're wearing the white suits, you're like, oh my God, he's going to get messed up.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Bit like the red shirts in Star Trek. You got a red shirt on, you know you're going to die. Shaw Brothers were in white. You are going to get bloody. And
Hmm.
that's for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, after I saw Flying Guillotine, though, I didn't really see any other Shaw Brothers movies for many, many years.
mm,
And then when I started doing Caleb's Kung Fu Cinema, um, and I was getting back into kung fu movies, uh, and just kind of trying to like learn as much as I could, absorb as much information as I could about it. A lot of people that I would see, would talk about Shaw Brothers, and I was like, okay, what is that? I don't know what that is, but
mm,
everybody talks about it. So that's when I decided to dive into it. I was like, oh, okay, Flying Guillotine's a Shaw Brothers movie. I didn't know that,
mm,
yeah, so I started, like looking at other ones, and like I think the first one I saw, like whenever I started this and started exploring Shaw Brothers more, the first movie I watched was Five Deadly Venoms. Um, and I'm trying to remember why. I think that was another situation where my dad talked about that one because I think he was somewhat familiar with it, but I was like, okay, I see a lot of people talk about Five Deadly Venoms. Apparently, it's a really important movie, so I checked that out, and yeah, I really like that movie as well. That's a lot of fun. I think I know a lot of people. I mean, then again, I don't really know. Jason might have a better idea of it. Shout out to Jason from Martial Arts Theater 3000. But I think I think there are a good few people out there who don't consider Find Deadly Venoms to be like that great as far as Venom Mob movies go as a whole. Um,
mhm.
I love it though. For me, I'd say it's definitely top three Venom Mob. But but yeah, that was I know that movie is like really special too. That put like the Venom Mob on the map, and it was special for me too because it was kind of my formal introduction to Shaw Brothers.
That's cool. Yeah, there was. It's funny. Perception changes as you go along, and more films become familiar. When the second kind of wave over in the UK was a video label called Made in Hong Kong. I
Mm,
think Five Venoms might have been amongst their first releases. It was definitely amongst their first Shaw Brother releases, and I did enjoy it. I'd obviously heard about it in one of my books from Martial Arts and Ninjas by Rick Mayers. So I was really excited, watched it, loved it, and then they put out Invincible Shaolin, and I think I
mm,
loved that just a little bit more. And yeah, they put out a whole series of films like Shaolin Martial Arts. I really like that
yeah.
one. That one, you know, Tarantino's seen that because he incorporates the breaking through the wood with the coffin with the bride in Kill Bill Part Two. So
Mm,
all these things, it's like, oh great, it's got this, it's got that. And I remember seeing somebody note down once about the whole wholesome goodness of Shaw Brother films and how clean they were, and I'm like, methinks you haven't seen that many because he was saying there's never any nudity in them. And well, anybody that's watched my channel time to time will know that I've been very juvenile and gone, I love this film. It's got Shaw boobies, which is it just became a thing with me and Chaz. I don't know when I broke it out, but I was like, oh, Shaw boobies, like, you know, and we both laugh about it. And yeah, there's tons of nudity and grindhousey elements in Shaw's, like
mm.
which we've now seen with a lot of the, you know, I think a lot of people might have been surprised on Shaw Scope Set One when we had Boxer's Omen. I think that was Shaw Scope Volume One, wasn't it? Boxer's Omen.
Uh, I think that actually might have been two.
Oh, two.
Yeah,
Yep, sorry, my mistake.
yeah, I don't
Okay.
have it in front of me, but I feel like that was two.
Well, I've got everything up on page over here, so I'm just gonna have a quick look.
Mm,
Sure. Scope one, we had Boxer from Shantung, five Shaolin Masters, Shaolin Temple, Mighty Peking Man, Challenger Masters, Executioners from Shaolin, Chinatown Kid, five Venoms, Crippled Avengers, and Disc 8, Dirty Hole. So I think that would have been, yeah, that was all of those. And then
yeah,
then we had the three separate releases, didn't we, when they put out into like single box.
yeah, yeah.
And
I
then we had number
remember those.
two. Yeah, I think it is. I think it must be. Yeah, Boxer's Omen, this 7 with Mercenaries from Hong Kong.
Yeah, that's right. I'm looking at it right now too.
Yeah, I wonder if a lot of people were surprised by that because that's always been like a personal favorite of mine, Boxer's
Mhm.
Omen. It's just so wild and wacky. I know you like, obviously, you're Caleb's Kung Fu Cinema. You're the Kung Fu guy. What did you think when you first came across Boxer's Omen?
I'll be honest with you, I haven't watched it yet.
What?
Yeah, sorry.
Mm.
I
No,
haven't
that's
watched that one
okay.
yet.
That's okay. I fully get you there, yeah, because when they started putting out the Celestial DVDs, I started getting them, and I would get them for like birthdays, Christmas, Valentine's. This was in a period of spanning about 10 years, yeah. So as you can imagine, with everything else I watch, because I like everything, Japanese cinema, general Hong Kong cinema, Thai cinema, I couldn't watch it. I just physically did not have the time and still have never caught up on these 10 years worth of DVDs that I got from Celestial.
Mhm.
Some I've watched multiple times, some once, and then there's a shelf of ones that I've never ever watched. And sometimes I've had the Blu-ray and watched that, and I've never even seen the DVD. So I fully get when people have like a large collection and you don't get to see certain titles. But what I did like with Short Scope Volume 1 was and 2 was the mix. You had
Mhm.
a mix so people could discover something different and see if they liked a different side of Shaw Brothers. But that's not happened on 4, as we alluded to just as we opened. What do you think? Is this a good decision, Caleb? Or do you think that Arrow may be rolling the dice a bit too hard on Volume 4?
I think I mean I don't think it's a bad decision. I think I mean I do like the idea that they want to get different Shaw Brothers movies out there because it's not just about kung fu. I may love that stuff and that may be what I kind of built this whole thing around,
Mm,
but I do realize that there is a lot more out there. There are, I think I could be wrong here, but I think next to action movies, the biggest fandom may be horror. And action movie fandom may not even be that big. I mean, maybe if you want to like throw comic book movies in there because a lot of comic book movies are basically action, but if you want to throw that in there, I'd say like next to that horror, it may be the biggest fandom. So
mm.
if they're if you want to appeal to that audience, it's definitely the way to go.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I personally, the fantasy and the horror side, that is my number one. That
Yeah.
is what I really, really love. I think because I grew up on stuff like Mr. Vampire, Zoo Warriors from Magic Mountain,
Mm.
and all that stuff had a massive effect on me. And when I found out that Shaw Brothers also had the fingers into that, I was like, wow, when the first time I saw like films like Hex and Bewitched, which is going to be in this one, yeah. And
Mm.
Bewitched it's strange that they're releasing that second and not in the same box as Boxer's Omen because Bewitched is the first part. Boxer's Omen, they
Oh,
follow Boxer's Omen follows directly on from Bewitched. So that choice confused me because it's clear it references that film. We have follow through. It's not like a link, an idle linking. It is meant to be two
mm.
films together. So I'm like, why have they done that? And I think they missed a little bit of an opportunity there. For me personally, I would have spread out a little bit every box because we got mainly kung fu. And don't
Yeah.
know how far Arrow are planning to take these box sets. Are they going to go for the whole catalog, or do they have just specific titles?
Yeah.
But if they're planning long term, I'd have filtered it out so that I had just a couple of different options alongside my mainstay of kung fu as I went. I don't
It
know.
may, yeah, I mean, it may have been I don't know, but it may have been like maybe a rights thing. Maybe they couldn't get Bewitched before, but they had Boxer's Home, and it
Mm.
could have been something simple like that. But that is a good point. I do see what you mean.
Yeah. I think you're right there, actually, because obviously 88 Films had put out Bewitched, so maybe they still had the rights at that time. And they're just getting a lot of confusing crossover, because obviously we had 88 Films, we had Come Drink With Me, and then Arrow put it out on Blu-ray in the US, and now 88 Films putting out on 4K in the UK. Can anybody keep track of all these? Because I'm getting lost. 8 Diagram Pole Fighter was also 88, but Arrow in the US. And then what throws me is all the box sets, because you got the Shout box sets, you've got Eureka into it, you got Imprint in Australia at it. And I was frustrated to see that Sex from Beyond the Grave was in Sure Shock, I think it's 1, Sure Shock 1 from Imprint, but I would like that to have been in the Purple Box, Volume 4. Because you can't get an individual release of that. And you know me, I like my sleaze, I like my horror. I would have wanted to see that in there. And I'm now thinking, crap, I've missed the Imprint one. It's sold out. Am I ever going to get my hands on that? And I find it hard to know what to do. I can't afford all the Shout Factory sets.
Yeah.
You know, the importation as well as the high cost. I mean, I think I saw a deal at 1 to 7 Shaw box sets and Shout. It was like $1,000. I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. It's just not happening.
Yeah, I haven't bought any of those sets from Shaw Factory yet. It's not that I don't want to. I do, you know, and it's killing me really. But it's hard to, considering how many there are. You know, I don't want to just get one at a time, but I'm unable to get more than one at a time. Like if I want to, I gotta do it slowly. I gotta do it one at a time. I really want that T Lung and David Chang set that they released. I spent a couple of years now maybe, but you know that's a Shout exclusive. You can't get that off of like Amazon or anything like that. So
yeah, I know. I'd like to have got that one for Shaz, because she loves the boys, like, you know, and and I like to encourage her when she's got like a particular favorite. I'm just thinking, well, I could get it through, you know, one of you guys in the US, I suppose. But again, it's just importing it. It's just so expensive, and it's like also I've got to hold off, because like, hey, I'm sure, you know, Sure Scope Volume 16 is going to be completely T Lung and David Chang.
Yeah,
you just don't know, do you? I'm going to have Pepsi. Have you tried the Pepsi strawberry and cream flavor?
I didn't know that was a thing. No.
Shit, man, this is good. This is
I
good.
don't know if we've gotten that over here. I don't think I've seen that anywhere.
You haven't? Oh, right. We got a cream soda one as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's unusual, isn't it? The UK gets something that the US hasn't got. That's strange.
Yeah, maybe I just haven't seen it. I think the only Pepsi I normally see is like wild cherry Pepsi, which I do love. But they also had like that Pepsi Nitro, which has been discontinued at this point now over here, I think. But
I've not heard of that one.
Yeah, it didn't last very long. I did like it though, but yeah, I don't see a lot of different Pepsi products over here. See a lot of Dr. Pepper. Like there's a different Dr. Pepper coming out all the time.
I like Dr. Pepper. That's good.
Yeah, me too. Oh man, yeah. Yeah, going back to Venom Mob real quick. What would you say? I can't ask what is their best movie in your opinion, because that is a matter of opinion, of course. But what's your favorite Venom Mob film?
Oh, jeez.
Is it Kid with the Golden Arm?
No, it's not Kid with the Golden Arm. I know where you're going with that.
Yeah.
You know what? I do think because of nostalgia, I think it's Invincible Shaolin for me. I don't think it's necessarily the one with the best fights, but I just get a big kick. I really get a big kick from Invincible Shaolin. I'm in a comfortable place. I feel really, I don't know. It's like, you know, when you're ill, you watch your favorite TV program or something. It's that kind of thing. That kind of warmth descends on me if I put Invincible Shaolin on. I just love that film. Aside from that, I do like it when you get the Venoms turn up in like the Brave Archer films. I really like all those. That is the one and only Shout set I do have.
Me too.
Yeah, I think I might get confused. It was either, was it Jason sent that over to me, or yeah, I can't remember. Jason sent me one, and then Will sent me a Sword and Sorcerer, or the opposite way around. I can't remember, but those guys have both been really good helping me get all the shout stuff. And yeah, again, I have Brave Archer on 88 films, and I was gonna like move that on, sell it, or just give it away to somebody. And then until I put in the DVD, because I looked on the back and the running time was different. The 88 films running time for the Brave Archer was longer than the Shout. I'm like, what? So I put them in the disc to check the time. You know, you can put on the display button on your DVD, and it was longer. I'm like, well, I can't get rid of it then, can I? You know, because those extra 22 seconds are probably pivotal and you know, going to be the best 22 seconds anybody's ever seen in short history. So it's crazy how we get hung up on all these things when you think about it and think, which Shaw Brother film have I watched the most, and how many times have I actually watched it? And if I buy this new edition on 4K for like $80 or whatever, am I going to get my money's worth out of it over the span of my lifetime? And so now I'm thinking, like being a little bit older and stuff, and knowing how long it's taken me to get to watch some stuff. Do I want to replace everything that I have on DVD? Do I really want to do it? And then do I want to replace all the Blu-rays with 4Ks? And perfect world, if I was like filthy rich, I'd do it without batting an eyelid. But I don't know. What's your approach to purchasing and collecting Shaws, Kaleb? How do you narrow it down, and what's your long-term plan with it?
I kind of just try to go with whatever is available. You know, it depends on how badly I want it. If it's something that I is kind of like brand new or something like that, I know it's like gonna like readily be available, so I can kind of hold off on it for a little while. If it's something that that's been out for quite some time and you never know when it's gonna go out of stock, then I'm like, okay, I should probably try to get my hands on that as quickly as possible. I actually did that not too long ago. I bought a few Shaw Brothers releases from 88 Films. I got like Marshall Club, Shaolin Mantis, Monkey Kung Fu, uh, Human Lanterns. And I bought all those, you know, like just like that because everywhere I was looking, it wasn't in stock anymore. Like a lot of places, it's like okay, these movies are kind of drying up, so and I want to see them, so as soon as I like found a site or something like that where I was like, okay, they have it, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. So it kind of just depends on how like new the release is or how old it is or something like that. I also don't really I'm not too picky when it comes to getting stuff does it have to be Blu-ray, does it have to be DVD. I just kind of I go for whatever I can get my hands on. I still buy DVDs. A lot of people don't these days, but I still do, and I don't have a 4K player, so it's like 4K is kind of out the window for me. Granted, a lot of 4K releases still come with a Blu-ray version of it, you know, so in some cases, I could still get 4K if I needed it.
I do love your approach. I love it when you do your unboxings and you got like a mix of DVDs and Blu-rays. I think Kaleb's got it nailed down. He gets just what he wants rather than having to have every edition. Because we see a lot of collectors out there, and no criticism at all, but they have to have the best or every single copy and release of a film. And I'm like, wow, that's way above me. I can't function like that. I can't afford that, and there's too many other things I want as well. But it's like, would I do it if I had all the money? Would I do it? And there's people screaming at the screen now. Of course you would, Leon. You'd have every single one. Maybe I would. I don't know. I've never been fortunate enough to be in that position, but I do try. I do try and keep abreast with it. When Imprint send out an email to me, and I can request review copies. Definitely, I have a little greedy streak, and I always mark down every single short, but I want, please let me have that. Let me have that for review, because I want to own it. And they generously send out, you know, the actual physical media all the way from Australia. And I hope our channels help promote some sales for them, because I do want to do that too, because I want to see that label grow and put out more. I like the individual releases they do. Some of them I bought myself, because I owe them something. Like 14 Amazon's one of my favorites. I got Chain Pepe's The Lady Hermit, and I got The Weird Man, which I think is in one of the sets. Is it in one of the Eureka sets
No,
coming out?
yeah. I think it's going to be on that Chang Cheh set that's coming out next month.
Oh yes, that's
Yeah.
it, isn't it? And I've got also The Monkey Goes West, which for years and years I had Cave of Silk and Web on Celestial DVD. And I liked it, but I was a bit aggravated because The Monkey Goes West was the first one. And I'm like, oh, bollocks, I don't have Monkey Goes West. And no matter where I tried, I could not get the DVD. So when Imprint put this out, I got that one. But I drew a line in the sand. They had the Snake prints out with T. Lung in this same batch of releases. And I thought, well, that film's for shit. I got the DVD of that, and it's awful. It's a musical with T. Lung. I've never seen T. Lung look so awkward or embarrassed in his life as he looks in the Snake prints. I'm like,
I didn't know that was a thing.
yeah, yeah, it is. It's bad. It's really bad. Sorry, Imprint, but Snake prints. What the hell? Did somebody tell them that Green Snake was a great film, and they got mixed up to Choi Hawk movie with the Shaw Brother film Snake Prince? Why does everybody like this? Well, okay, we'll put it out. Yeah.
Maybe it's a rarity thing. A lot of releases, get they become so rare that it's like, even if it's something that maybe a lot of people don't like, again, they still gotta get it, because there's that FOMO, that fear of missing out, so
Yeah.
I think that kind of plays a part in it too.
Yeah. And sometimes your tastes change and develop, don't they? And shout
Mm.
out to the ACC Brotherhood here, because there's been a bunch of times where the Fanatical Dragon, Johnny, he's like said, "Oh, I like this film or whatever," and I'm in my memory going, "Really?" And then Shaz, because she obviously knows Johnny knows his stuff. She's like, case in point was The Old Couple, and Johnny was saying about how good it was, and it'd been a long time since I've seen it. I don't think it's that good, hun. And she's like, "Well, can we get it on like you? Yeah, we'll get it." And we put it on because I had the Hong Kong Legends DVD.
Mm.
And so, oh, okay, we'll just get the Blu-ray and stick it on. And then, what on earth was I thinking? Clearly, Johnny was bang on, and I should have listened and not doubted. So, apologies, Johnny, but I keep learning this same lesson over time. And it was also Sean, FIFA 4, and Frankie, Times Square Kung Fu,
Mhm.
when Eureka put another one out, the Joyce Cadenzi one with Samo.
She
She
shoots
shoots
straight.
straight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, that's another one. I said when they put that out, I said to Shaz, I said, "Well, I'm not getting that one. That's a load of crap." I said, "There's no chance I'm getting that. Why did they put that out?" And then I saw the guys raving about it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I said to them both, because I needed some context. I said, "Are you sure that's good? Because I really don't remember it." And at first, Frankie was like, "Yeah, it's really good." And then Sean was absolutely, he said, "Get a copy now while you still can."
Mhm.
So I paid a little extra because I got the limited edition just as it was going out. And
Yeah.
again, I watched it and I'm like, Jesus Christ, what is wrong with me? Was I in a really foul mood when I watched that? And I've done that with so many Shaw Brother films that they've re-released, and
Mhm.
it makes me want to get them. But then there's some I've bought, and I'm like, no, I was right. It's a bag of shite. And have you stumbled across any yet that you've been really excited about, and then you thought, this isn't for me?
Um, yeah, I mean, there have been some. I'm trying to think of one that that like that like, quickly comes to mind. I mean, if we're trying to, I don't know, that hasn't really happened with Shaw Brothers. I think Oh, I mean, one that did happen. I've talked about this before with Sean. The 88's release of Armor of God, like their first release of Armor of God.
Mhm.
Uh, not Dog and 88. I mean, they're a great company, and that was a good release. And but I mean it as far as like just being a release goes, it was good because there was some good material in there. But uh, I was like really excited to check out that movie because a lot of people talk about Armor of God. You know, it's the movie that almost got Jackie Chan killed and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
I was like, oh man, this movie is probably going to be a doozy. It's probably going to be a lot of fun. And I watched. I was like, oh my god, like I do not like this movie. It is not. It's not fun for me at all. Honestly, the only the only thing about it that I really like is the finale. It's got a really good finale. Like
Yeah.
whenever he finally gets into the castle and is fighting everybody, like fighting all the cultists and like fighting the women and stuff like that. That's all great. But everything else before that was just like, I don't. I don't like any of this. And even like that stunt that almost got Jackie killed, it's
Mm.
crazy how like that one moment which obviously doesn't even. I mean, they do show that cut like in the movie. I think like when the end credits probably, but like that, it's crazy how like kind of like that one moment for me can make everybody talk so much about the movie, like just the movie itself, and and then I see it and I'm like, "Ugh, I don't get it." Like, yeah, it's crazy what happened with Jackie, and and
Mm.
thankfully, he survived that and he's still here and everything, it's just I just always thought it was just kind of strange how that one moment could just completely and like encapsulate the entire movie. It's like the movie's more than just that one stunt, and it's not good.
I I can't believe, Caleb. I can't believe you don't get Alan Tam singing at the beginning, and then the beautiful Lorelei, Rosamund Kwan.
Yeah, yeah. It's
That car chase. No, I
yeah.
get you. I
Sorry.
get you. It's horses for courses, isn't it? And there are a lot of people that do get upset, shall we say, if
Hmm.
you don't like something that they hold on a pedestal.
Yeah.
I'm never that guy. I love seeing different perspectives. Even when people told me I'm absolutely mad for liking something or disliking something,
Yeah.
I've never been afraid to go against the grain, and I think that's possibly been detrimental to our channel because I'll just come straight out with it, whatever I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying, this is shit, this is shit, this is shit, and I get to it and I go, actually, I quite like that. And people would advise you against it. Don't come out and say it's good. Nobody's going to trust your opinion on anything ever again. All right, there. It's amazing. Go see this film.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I'm an Operation Condor fan. I think like everything Armor of God like didn't really do right. Again, that's my opinion. There are things that I just think they didn't get right. Other people are gonna feel differently, obviously, but for me, I'm an Operation Condor guy. I think everything that just like didn't go how I would have liked. It's corrected in Operation Condor because Operation Condor has got a lot of really funny moments. The action is incredible, especially the whole finale. Like he like Jackie really took it up a notch in the finale for that one. But there's just a lot of other fun stuff going on in that one. So yeah, I'm an Operation Condor guy.
And this is really important. You get to see Dodo Chang's butt.
Yeah.
And I've probably been drooling over that for years, and somebody's going to tell me she was stunt doubled by a guy, and that would just be typical for me. I'll be like,
Yeah.
what? But if it is, and that was a guy and a stunt man, dude, you got a great ass. That's all I
Oh man. Yeah. Oh,
can say. Yeah, you know me, brother.
yeah.
I always got to lower the tone.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everybody, but it's what I do. I'm the category 3 on the forehead guy from the ACC.
Yeah. 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 So getting back into Shaw Brothers, I do want to say just I love how I love how much I love how many releases that we're getting with Shaw Brothers. I think it's really great.
Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah, I mean yeah, Arrow just announced Shaw Scope Volume 4. Granted, like we were saying, I'm not a I don't know if I'm going to be getting this set because those movies that are on there just aren't in my wheelhouse. So,
Mm.
and yeah, you know, it's not right. People are going to say, well, you know, that's not right. You know, you should broaden your horizons a little bit, and that's true. I probably should, but I mean, I also kind of like to just, I kind of like to just stay in my lane as far as this goes because I just, you know, I've been let down before by like other genres, and it's you know, and so I kind of like to stick to just you know, having fun and watching some exciting kung fu. Um, and there is still a lot of that coming, you know,
Mm.
or it's already been out. 88, it's still going crazy with with the Strabo's kung fu movies. You know, they've been releasing, you know, stuff like you know, Kung Fu Master, Kid from Kwantung, Lady with the Sword, Lady Assassin. What was that one? Lady is the Boss. You know, so they still got some good stuff. Eureka's also jumping in there, releasing a lot of Chang Che movies. I'm really excited for their upcoming Chang Che box set.
Mm.
I always forget what it's called. It's like Furious Swords and Fantastic Warriors or something like that.
I think
It's
it is. I should have
yeah,
that up
I
here
got
somewhere. Let me have a quick look.
yeah,
Yeah, Furious Swords and Fantastic Warriors.
yeah. When they first announced that, I kept calling it Furious Swords and Fantastic Heroes, and I was like,
Mm.
something's not right. Why do I keep saying that? That doesn't sound right. But
I do want this one. Shall I run through the titles that are on it quickly?
yes, yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so what we got? We got Men from the Monastery. I love that.
Mhm.
I always thought that influenced Kill Bill as well, because there's certain sequences of Men from the Monastery where it switches to black and white when it's ultra
Yeah.
violent, and obviously Kill Bill does that. Shaolin
Hmm.
martial arts, which also had a a little
Hmm.
bit of Kill Bill with this too. King Eagle, Iron Bodyguard, solid. This three, Fantastic Magic Baby. I've never seen that. I've never seen Fantastic Magic Baby. So that's really good that they got that in there. The
Yeah, I
Weird
don't know
Man,
either.
which I've got.
Mm.
Jesus, I probably wouldn't have bought that if I'd realised.
I love that. I just want to say real quick, I love that title, The Weird Man. It's
Mm.
it's just so it's so plain. It's just such a plain title. It's like really that's what you're calling your movie, The Weird Man?
And I know. I mean, the titles that you get in Hong Kong movies
Yeah,
are unlike anywhere else,
it's
aren't they?
like I could see them like making an American version of that and calling it like the strange dude or something like that. It's or the odd dude.
Or the UK version, The Curious Bugger.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably have my face on the cover. Trail of the Broken Blade and the Wandering Swordsman, and
Yeah.
Trilogy of Swordsmanship and New Shaolin Boxers. So it's a good mix.
Yeah,
And they got a
definitely.
good mix, a great mix of extras on there and commentaries and stuff. So it looks very similar as well, doesn't it? The design and packaging to the Joseph Cole box
Yep.
that they did, Cinematic Vengeance.
Yeah.
And
I loved that release. I do want to throw that out there real quick. I love the cinematic minutes release. I mean, if there was one thing that I would have changed about it, I mean, I probably there are a couple of movies in there that I probably wouldn't have picked,
mm,
but granted, we did get you know, they did release mystery chess boxing, you know, much later on,
yeah,
along with you know, Swordsman of All Swordsmen, and I'm still waiting for a remaster of Born Invincible.
yeah.
Like Eureka, if you can, please do that. I really want to see that. Born Invincible is one of my all time favorite movies. So
Yeah,
if
there's
there's,
a lot of Huang Kwangs, isn't there? A
mhm,
lot. So put it
yeah,
out there. I mean, I did that. Did you ever see that post I did? Fu- uh, Cinematic Vengeance 2. I did a list of like
yeah,
my ideals.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
Stupid idea because everybody got a bit excited and like, oh great, I want to get this set. I'm like, oh shit, what have I done?
it's,
Another
yeah,
great idea, Donnelly, but yeah, I think they could have done a second box of that quite happily, and especially now
yeah.
with Shaw.
They probably would too. I mean, you never know.
Mm. Yeah, and the packaging. Well, we've hit on something there as well, haven't we? Which is
Yeah.
really huge with the Shaw Brothers. Sometimes I say I'm not going to get it, and then I see a cover by Kung Fu Bob.
Yes.
Shout out to Kung Fu Bob. I mean, oh my god, his Shaw Brother covers, all
Hmm.
his 88 covers, absolutely insane. And there's just a wealth of great artists out there. We've seen tons. Sean Longmore, brilliant. There's
Hmm.
so many of these guys, and the artwork they're doing, they're knocking it out the park. I mean, you could sell a book of the covers that they've done for these things. There's just completely incredible covers. And
Hmm.
I used to be like really into the retro covers and stuff. And
Yeah.
like yourself, I think you like a mix of the both. And yeah, it's just fantastic to see that current consideration is there. And yeah, even down to like Arrow putting out the music on the CDs for the films. It's just
Yeah.
genius. It's genius because all things we connect with.
Yeah, definitely. I think uh what was I gonna say? I think I really think they could I really think they could do like another Joseph Kuro set. I think that would be really cool. I mean there are still quite a few movies out there that he did that I think would make good releases. But yeah, I think that would be really cool. Um go back to the Chang Che release that Eureka's doing though. I really like how they also like how they're putting I believe they're putting maybe a couple of video essays on that release too, which I'm glad they're
Mhm.
doing because that was another thing I wish they would have done with the cinematic man. Just said is like they got commentaries, but I would have liked some video essays or some interviews in there. It looks like they're going to be
Yeah,
doing that with this set though,
yeah, I
that'll
do
be
like that.
that'll be a lot of fun.
I like it when they break it down and you get like 12, 15 minutes little
Hmm.
videos rather than one like 1 hour one, which I'm
Yeah.
a bit long. I'm not going to watch that. Whereas you put on the short ones, and before you know it, you've gone through them all, and oh, that was the hour. But
Yeah.
yeah, have you noticed as well though that we get some other companies like I would say Vinegar Syndrome, but it's a Vinegar Syndrome partner. They did like maybe it's love with
Hmm.
Sherry Chung. And anybody that watched Leon's List as Lust would know that Sherry Chung was right at the top, number one for me. And yeah, I mean, it's great that they put out these Shaw Brother films too.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we're going to get many more from Vinegar Syndrome. We had this one, Corpse Mania, which I wanted to get this, but at the time couldn't afford it. One of the channel subscribers sent me this because he just didn't like it. And I was like, would you like my copy? I'm like, well, yeah, thank you very much. I'm blanking on the name and I feel really embarrassed, but you know who you are, and thank you so much because this really did mean a lot to me. And again, great artwork on that, isn't it? And
Yeah.
it just feels like everybody wants a piece of that Shaw Brother pie, and I think it's got legs in it. It's going to go for years yet.
Yeah.
I imagine. I imagine it's going to go for a long, long time. I can't see it slowing down. I don't know the figures for the sales. All I know is that they keep putting them out. And
Hmm.
what's going to happen next? Who's going to join the club? And are we going to see any more from 88 Films? What do you think on that aspect? Do you think? Because I like the solo releases. I really do. I like the big boxes, but I think the films are so important that they deserve solo releases too.
Yeah. Yeah. I know what you mean. I personally, I think nowadays I'm more of a box set guy, but that's because I think uh for me it's like it's gonna sound kind of weird, but it's like if you're like on a budget in a sense, yeah, but yeah, box sets can tend to cost a lot of money, but at the same
Mm,
time, you're also buying a crap ton of movies potentially in
mm.
just one set. I think it kind of in the long run it maybe just works a little bit better. That's just me though. I'm just nowadays I'm just kind of more of a box set person. I always try to find like if there's like a movie or a series of movies rather that I know there's got to be a set out there somewhere for it. I always look for the set before I look for individual releases.
Yeah, absolutely. I think definitely if you got like a set of linked movies or like sequels or series, I think always put it out on a set if you can.
Yeah.
I know there's some short films. So I've got a big catalog somewhere when Celestial started putting out. Not all of them ever got released, but there's a series called The Criminals,
Hmm.
and I like the modern day sort of crime action ones that they did. Um, Things like the Delinquent and Big Brother Chain, Big Bad Sis, all that stuff. I really like that. And I think responsible for that largely is probably Shaz when I started to get into these type of films. I mean, she already like films with action and similar things, but when she discovered she wanted to explore a little more than what I was doing, and some of them I already had, some I didn't, but I'd watch them with Chaz and I'd see him through different eyes, and I'm like, why have I dismissed this before? Why didn't I enjoy that the first time? Like I say, you come back to stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
And then she will go and find other stuff. And the first time she said about like Super Inframan and Mighty Peking Man when they were released by 88, and because I'd said the ones I circled off in the catalogue, never get me this one, never get me this one, and they were in it, just not interested. It looks like crap.
Yeah.
And then she'd see the trailer for it when it was getting like heat over here, and I think we should get that. I'm like, oh, go on then, let's go. And I watched Super Inframan with Danny Lee and Mighty Peking Man. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I really like this. She's right again. I'm really annoyed. I'd hate being wrong, but it's like she knows me better than I know me. And
Yeah.
I think I'll always be eternally grateful for that, because without having that other side of HKB there, Shaz, to push things like she has, I'd have missed a lot. I'd have missed an awful lot, and I wouldn't be the happy-go-lucky person I am now. I'd have been half empty, rather than three-quarters full, which is good. How that brings me to another point. How is Amber with Shaw Brothers? Does she like any of the Shaw Brothers?
Yeah, she's watched them with me, but I can't think of one that she liked in particular. Like,
Mm-hmm.
because normally, I mean, I think with most of them, she was kind of just I'm drawing blanks a little bit, but I think most of the time, like if we watch one and I'll be like, okay, that was good, I liked it, or it was great, I really enjoyed it. She would just say, yeah, I liked it too, or or she'll say she didn't like it, or whatever, however she was feeling at the time. But I can't really think of a specific one that
Mm.
she really enjoyed or really hated. Yeah, that's the mystery right there.
Okay, let me pose this question to you then. If you were to pick three Shaw Brother films to I want to say to show to people, to
Mhm.
try and lure them in, to pique their interest, to get them into the genre, what three would you pick out off the top of your head?
Um, King Boxer for one.
Mm,
For me, that is a super important movie, not just for me, but also for and not just like for Shaw Brothers, but I think it's also very important for kung fu movies in general. King
yeah.
Boxer. Whenever King Boxer came to the states, I do not know how big it was like when they did it in Hong Kong. Like I don't know how big it was when they released it over there, but I do know that when it came here in the early '70s, it was
Hmm.
huge. Like it really made a boom, and it showed like, hey, people like this stuff. People like kung fu, they like, they like action. So that's a super important one, I think.
Hmm.
And I don't know, some like maybe the average moviegoer probably wouldn't realize it when they see
Yeah.
that movie, but I think when you explain it to them, then maybe they could appreciate it and see that that's a super important movie. But yeah, King Boxer is definitely one of them. Another one I would this is just a personal favorite, and and I mentioned that I did a video on this before, is Five Super Fighters. I love that movie. It is so much fun, and I think,
Hmm.
if I would say, if you just want a movie that's just fun and really entertaining, it's that one. I love Five
Hmm.
Super Fighters. Like, that's five-star movie for me, one for each super fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one for me too. Like, it may not even really be that important. I did raise a question though at the time that, is that an underrated movie? And I still think it is.
I agree,
Yeah,
100%. That was one of the Warner Brother ones, and it was one of my go-tos.
yeah.
I had that on rinse and repeat nearly every week when I had it. I love Five Super Fighters.
Yeah, that one too. And then my third one, I'm gonna say Heroes of the East,
Hmm.
because that is a excellent showcase of both Chinese and Japanese martial arts. I think there needs needs to be more of that, or there needed to be more of that rather. I mean, that is that which that did become like a big thing in like in martial arts movies. The Chinese martial arts against the Japanese martial arts. That became like a really big thing, and and like some of Jimmy Wang Yu's movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, so like that's a super important one for me too. And then that movie again, that one is just fun. There's just a lot of really really cool stuff that happens in that one. It's got some funny moments too.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean, I try to think of movies that are just gonna that are important but also fun. So I think excuse me, I think those are some solid choices.
Yeah, they're really solid choices. Yeah, I would go the same sort of route. I'd go fun. I think I would pick 36 Chamber of Shaolin because that like
Mm,
reeled me in massively, and I think people relate to that sort of training thing. That
yeah.
always seems to click with people, even if they
Hmm.
don't get invested with the end of the film. That such a strong first half that I think nobody's not going to enjoy that. Um, I would then probably flip over to. Let me think. Probably some Chang Chai, but fun period. I'll go Five Element Ninja because I think that's
Yeah.
so wacky and crazy that how can you not enjoy Five Element Ninja?
Hmm.
And then possibly some Sun Chung because he's one of my favorite, and I'll probably go Avenging Eagle
Yeah, that's a good one too.
because that's just buckets of fun, isn't it? So
Mm.
yeah,
I'm glad we finally got that one
oh,
on
yeah,
Sasuke Volume 3. I have been wanting Avenging Evil for a while, so glad we finally got that.
yeah, absolutely. And has anybody put out on Blu-ray Judgment of an Assassin yet?
Not that I know of.
That needs to be addressed. That's
Yeah.
so good. That's so good. I that was one that was I think I nearly missed it, and then my brother bought it for my birthday on DVD. And I'm like, what's this one with David Chang? And Jesus, that blew me away. That the Judgment of Assassin's so good. Yeah. So one of you companies out there, because I know you're all going to be watching me and Caleb. Yeah. Um, put it out. Put it out. Don't be a dick. Put out Judgment of an Assassin. The fans
Yeah.
need it. But there we go. There's tons. You got any on
Yeah.
your hit list that you want released that nobody's putting out?
Um that's tough because they're like a lot of them have already been released, so it's hard to say like which one specifically. A lot of stuff that I want to see is not Shaw Brothers.
Mm,
Like there have been just like we were saying, there have been so many Shaw Brothers releases from all these different companies. Everybody's jumping into it, and it's great. But because of that, it's also like okay, I'm running out of Shaw Brothers stuff that I think needs to be put out there. So a lot of stuff that I want to see get remastered on Blu-ray or whatever
mm,
is just not Shaw Brothers. So yeah, it's
right.
hard to say. I can think of a lot of non ones, but as far as like within that company goes, yeah, it's a tough one.
Okay. Right. Shall we for Shawtember to wrap up? Shall we both give our favorite director, actor, and actress? You think?
Yeah, yeah,
Shall I go first?
yeah. Let's go.
Okay. Right. This is gonna like shock people, but it's just the style I like. Favorite director, Sun Chung for me. I just There's not one of his films I've seen that I don't like. Favorite short actor, I've got to go Gordon Liu. Absolutely love the guy, personal inspiration, and love everything he's done. And short actress, this that's quite tougher for me, but I'm really torn. No, I'm gonna have to go Cora Hoy. I absolutely love her. She's so incredible.
Yeah,
Very nearly Cheng Pei Pei, but Cora Hoy, I just adore what she does on screen. So that's mine. Yeah, that's my actor, actress, and director. And pass it over to you, brother.
yeah. Really good choices. I think for uh director, man, that's tough. I mean, I want to say I mean, for me, it comes down to either Chang Che or Lau Kar Lung, but at the same time, it's like well, without Chang Che, there probably wouldn't be Lau Kar Lung because Chang
Mm,
Che was his mentor. But at the same time, Lau Kar Lung really, um, when he finally, broke off and started doing his own thing and like got into filmmaking himself and stuff like that. God, he man, he just did so many incredible things, and he definitely started, or not started, sorry, he definitely made his own mark, did his own thing. He had his own style. It's like, you see a movie, you see the how like the fight choreography is on. He's like, that's Lau Kar Lung, So
Mm.
I think I do think his I'm gonna say Lau Kar Lung because I think his I think a lot of his techniques just kind of show more.
Yeah.
And he definitely made a really big splash and definitely made his mark, on the industry. So definitely him. Favorite actor, that is also really tough. I'm gonna say, jeez.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, man. Um, I'm gonna say T Lung.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
because T Long is just awesome. He's everything he did. He was such a badass. He was always so cool, like always like the really stoic, hardened hero. And I always really like that about him. I love seeing him. Um, and he like his martial arts was just great. His choreography was really good. Um, and he became like he became a really big star, like over there, like with
Mm.
Sharp. It's like after what happened with Jimmy Wang Yu, and he went to go, he moved on to Taiwan and just started working with Golden Harvest and doing his own thing and stuff like that. T Long was one of those guys who really stepped up,
Mm.
and so I'd say he's definitely probably one of, if not the most iconic Shaw Brothers actors. And
Mm.
favorite actress, I'm gonna double down with you and say Cara Hui.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good choices. And I'll definitely say one thing. T Long is definitely, the camera loves him more than anybody else. He just looks
Yeah.
so good on camera, that dude. God, he was such a handsome bloke back then. Yeah, he's a great guy. Anything else you'd like to cover on this Shawtember special, Caleb?
Uh, no, I just again, I just think it's really great that we're getting as many Shaw Brothers releases as we are. It's good for the genre. It's good, for all the companies that are releasing this stuff because people obviously love Shaw Brothers. The stuff is selling like hotcakes. So
Mm.
yeah, I just hope it keeps on going. Everybody definitely needs to keep buying, uh, and keep seeing all these great movies, and hopefully, see, like, they realize how great they are, and they keeps their interest open once,
Mm.
and they want to see more. So yeah, it's an exciting time.
Absolutely. Exactly what Caleb said, everybody. Let's keep the interest there. Let's keep this thing alive. Use this video as a platform for that. Put comments down below. Tell everybody who your favorite Shaw stars are, your favorite directors, what your favorite films are, what films that they haven't released that you want to see, what your favorite labels are, what your favorite type of release, whether it's a 4K, a box set, anything, everything. Put it all down there. Let people know, and let's keep the love of Shaw alive. Because we're all Shaw fans, and we all have a Shaw good time. Ha ha ha. I know. I bring the cheese heavy with the sleeves, the cheese and the sleeves, man, right here.
You should
But
put that
yeah,
on a
this,
T-shirt.
yeah, the sleeves and the cheese, yeah.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed this conversation with you, Caleb, and I got to thank you so much for dragging me out of retirement for this. Not really retired, just being very, very lazy. Obviously, Free Amigos will be back as well
Yep.
next month. Next month, so keep your eyes open for that, guys, because we have a good, fun topic. We're not going to announce it yet, are we?
No, not yet.
No, we haven't been given the go ahead from the head amigo, so
Yeah.
we'll keep.
It's it's
When
gonna it's gonna be fun though. I think everybody's gonna enjoy this one. So
oh yeah.
yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to just see like what our
Mm.
picks are and stuff like that because it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting.
There'll be some people out there that will work it out. They will
Yeah.
know before ahead of time. Especially the ACC guys don't know for sure. But yeah, this has been an absolutely great time. Thank you so much. And thank you everybody for watching. Please make sure that you go and sign up to Caleb's Kung Fu Cinema because Caleb's got a great channel over there. He's still active. And yeah, that's about all I've got to say.
Yeah, thanks. By the way, thanks again for recommending Bloodhounds. I just did a short on that one. I'm sure you saw it. It's
I saw it.
yeah,
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 absolutely brilliant coverage. You
yeah,
really nailed it. So yeah,
yeah,
please everybody watch that. If you're not seen Bloodhounds, check out Caleb's short first. Then you'll want to go and watch it, and it is well worth it.
yeah. Appreciate it. It is it was a really great show. But yeah, I probably wouldn't have checked that out if it wasn't for you bringing it to my attention. So
Glad to be of service, brother. And yeah, thank you everybody that has watched or will watch. And stay safe and spread the love. And we will catch you on the next one.